My name is Charlotte Gobeil. I'm French-Canadian and originally from Ottawa. But I've been moving all my life, so I'm really a citizen of the world. I thought it would be interesting to visit some friends in Florida, but I knew at some point I would want to leave the cities like Fort Lauderdale and go to the inside of the Florida peninsula to see if I could find remnants of early Floridians. Bonjour, Monsieur Favre. Comment allez-vous?
Merci bien, et vous-même?
Oui, merci. Did you have time to get information on the Seminole Indians?
Yes, I do.
Yes?
I choose some book here.
He gave me some books about the Seminoles, one of the earliest Indian tribes in Florida. I read immediately that Seminole means wild men. Of course, that attracted my attention. And one particularly interesting man, a hero in fact, was named Osceola, a 19th century warrior who has become a symbol of Seminole independence. I wanted to see if there was a modern-day Osceola in the Seminole tribe of Florida. Long ago, the Seminoles were hunted by the army and fled into the Everglades where they re-established their communities. I was fascinated by the history of these tenacious people who learned to survive in such inhospitable conditions. I thought I would try to meet modern-day Seminole people. I rented a car and drove to the Big Cypress Seminole Reservation not far from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The Seminole Indians live in a reservation, and coming from Canada and hating reservations, I had the thought that perhaps I would see Indians in a terrible state of poverty. Well, it was quite amazing to turn the road and see a beautiful museum which belongs to the Seminoles and tells very eloquently the history of the Seminole Indians. There were many old photographs of the Seminoles. The Seminoles were survivors of many different tribes who retreated to the Everglades to defend themselves against white settlers. They were all there, the men, the women, and the children. Osceola fought to defend the tribe before he died in captivity in 1838. I was curious to learn more about Seminole culture and traditions. Just behind the small museum, there is a replica of a Seminole village. You can see the cheeky habitations. There, I met Linda. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning.
You're Linda of the baskets. Yes? How long have you been doing that, Linda?
Since I was about 16.
And this is the kind of basket that you do. So somebody who looks at this can say this is Linda who has done that.
Yeah.
What is this called?
Sweetgrass.
Sweetgrass. It has a lovely smell. And it's very, very, very close together. Somebody told me that you could put water in this and it won't leak.
No, you can't put water in there.
No. I thought some were so well, it was so tight. My intention was to learn from her how I could make these baskets. But I found out that it was much more difficult than I thought. I'm looking at you and you're doing it without looking. Okay, you show me, and then I'll do it.
All right.
Okay, where do I put it?
Right there.
Where?
So you're going to come around, go through here, and it's going to host to the other thread so it won't come apart.
Yes, I see.
Okay,
Okay,
your turn.
My turn. Okay.
Right through.
Here.
Yeah.
It's quite...
right here.
You need quite a lot of strength.
See.
Okay, and then pull it.
Pull it, make it tighter.
How long does it take you to do a whole basket?
The small ones about,
If you're not disturbed. A small one like this one?
about an
How long
hour
would-
and a half.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'll let you do it. I prefer watching.
Okay, you go.
Okay.
You say you want to learn. You
Oh,
got
yes, okay, I'm learning. I think Linda thought I was hopeless. At least I made her laugh. I found Henry Billy, who's 74 years old, and was carving a dugout canoe. Hello, Henry.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I asked him to show me how it was done, and I must say that I had great ability for carving canoes. How am I doing, Henry?
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow you'll finish it.
Yes. That's enough. Who taught you, Henry? Who taught you to make these canoes?
My father used to make those canoe maker, and all brothers canoe makers, but they all died, so nobody makes no more.
You're the only one left.
Mhm.
When you die, is that the end of canoe making?
It looks like it.
So are you teaching anyone?
Yes, trying to, but some of them interested, and some of them, they don't care, I guess.
That's too bad. I could become your apprentice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you finish this one, Henry, can we take it in the swamp and go on it?
Oh yeah.
You and me. Okay. Sitting there behind him, watching him move, brought tears to my eyes. Because I was witnessing something that was unchanged for a century. All I could think was that here I am, Catherine Hepburn in The African Queen, with Humphrey Bogart guiding me. It was a moment of reflection and silence. It gave me time to prepare for my next day in Florida, where I was going to meet the chief. My next day in Florida, I set out to explore the modern-day Seminole people. I had learned about the 19th century Osceola at the museum, and I didn't want to make him an obsession. I knew I was going to meet Indians whose lives would be very different. In order to become financially independent, the tribe has become involved in many businesses. To preserve the flavor of their past, the Seminole tribe of Florida has set up the Billy Swamp Safari. It's an eco attraction in the Big Cypress Reservation, and this is where I would meet their chief, James Billy. After a while in the late afternoon, he appeared in a helicopter, which is not surprising because he belongs to the bird clan.
Hi. How you doing?
Chief Billy is a very colorful character. He used to wrestle alligators, and the first thing he wanted to show me was his own pet alligator.
I'm not going too far, eh? I'm not going very close.
Whoa, man, look at him. He's going to chase you. Let's get out of here.
No, you stay. Look, it's like a smile,
It
eh?
is.
In
It's a
fact?
smile. He thinks you're delicious.
Yes. You can hear him, eh? Is he afraid or is he, why?
No, he's just letting me know that don't be coming near him. But we call him halpati chumbi. Halpati means one that goes like that, and chumbi means big. So just big alligator.
Does he have a name?
But we call him Superman.
Superman? He looks like a tank.
He probably weighs about 2,000 pounds.
Yes.
He's just fat. He is 52 years old, I believe.
You used to wrestle these alligators, but you wouldn't take one like that. That's too big. You couldn't handle this one.
No, you can Well, you can't handle him. You can jump on him and sit on him.
Can you? Not
Would
now.
you like to do that?
Oh, no, but
Oh,
you, I'd like to see you doing that.
Well, give me a stick and let's see what we can do.
Yes.
And you're going to wash my boots later, right?
Yes, I will, certainly.
Okay. Okay, let's see what he does. Holy smoly! I'm sorry. We're trying to hold him back, but he's not. Let him go.
That was terrific.
Look, you made me dirty up my clean boots. That's not very becoming of a chief.
Chief Billy has been elected chairman of the Seminole Tribe of Florida since 1979. I wanted to talk to him about his role as chief.
About the indigenous people here. There's about 2,600 Seminoles in our tribe, and they expect me to go out like a hunter to bring back the food, bring a deer, alligator, something of that sort. But today we cannot do that, so the idea is to go out and bring some money back so we can all enjoy it.
What is your goal now?
Yeah, my goal is to keep the financial bucket always full, and so that the individual child that's growing up will not have to worry about being hungry. The individual people may not be wealthy, but the government reaches down and takes care of these people, their health, their education. If a child is born, the mother doesn't really have to go and find money to pay for that child being born.
When you're talking about the government, this is your own
Seminole
government.
tribal government.
I also asked him about traditional rites of passage for Seminole boys.
Tell me a bit about the ceremony when you actually become a man, when you receive a new name.
Yeah, we believe that a man, a boy, a child in the womb is inside the female, and the mother is feeding it through its umbilical cord. So when a boy becomes old enough and he starts becoming a man, that's when he must shuck the female ways by going through a ritual of using different herbs to get rid of that fluids that was in him because of his mother.
But why get rid of it?
What's that?
Why get rid of it? Is it considered bad fluid?
No, it's not good.
It's just because it's a
woman? You can stay a
woman?
woman if you want to, but we're supposed to be men, true men. So we have to get rid of this fluids that's of a female, because whatever you're thinking, whatever your body goes through your umbilical cord, here is a male. But if it's another female, then you don't have to worry about it, because it's thinking. Woman and a man is totally different human beings with the different personalities. So we believe that a man must become a true man to carry the burdens of life, whatever it may be, even to court you. I must be a true man. So once I relieve this female inside of me, I will probably respect you more, understand different ways, and then if you get mad at me, I'll just sit over here until you calm down.
And feed me to the alligator.
Well, it just depends on if you wasn't nice that night.
Chief Billy's traditional views were very interesting. I was learning that perhaps things hadn't changed very much since the time of Osceola. The next day, I went out to explore the Everglades, this time using a more modern form of transportation. My Seminole guide looked like a king. His name was Victor Billy. He was a cousin of the chief. His look was quite modern because his throne was the seat of an airboat. Finally, Victor stopped the motor and brought me to a secluded place.
What is it called, the language? Is it Hitichi?
In English, they call it Tichichi, but in my language, Ilapungi.
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 And how would you say, how are you?
How are you? I would say Hantamo. And you would say Hiloza.
Heluza, which means...
I'm all right.
Victor, what is your Indian name?
My little boy's name, they call me Kalaki. When I become a man, they changed my name the elders of my clan, they go to the corn dance, and I go to the corn dance, and they changed my name. Now it's Togo Hachi.
Togo Hachi. Yeah. Do the young kids, do they speak the language? Or is it getting lost?
It's getting lost.
How can you preserve your culture?
The way we can preserve it is the younger kids come back and watch the elders do it. And that they're not doing it. They got influence all the way around it, like the TV, the radio, the cars. All they want to do is party. And it's good to relax. But to relax in your own tradition, in your own language, not somebody else.
So you don't mind, in fact, Victor, you don't mind living in a reservation because you think in the sense that it's reserved for you, this area.
I'm glad somebody preserved a little bit of the Everglades, a little bit of my ancestor, a little bit of my heart, a little bit of my soul for the future generation. And I'm very glad somebody did that, and I want my youth to understand that if we lose this, we lose ourselves, and we lose our direction, what we're going through. And if we lose this, that's a shame.
Later that day, I met Philip, who was very knowledgeable about the plants in the Everglades and how they are used by the Seminole.
This is quite a sight when you think that your people were living here amongst all this vegetation.
Yeah, I guess it was rough going in those days. Had to know from scratch how to find food source. And
yes.
That's an interesting plant right there. The ones that look like it's dead and shriveled up and drying, that's called a resurrection fern. It can lay in that dead or dormant stage anywhere from 20 to 50 years, and all you need to do is add water to it, and it will turn bright green in a matter of hours. Resurrection fern.
It's a good name for it.
These are called swamp cabbage palms. These broad leaves that you see all around you right there is the basic roofing materials of our native shelters we call the chikis. It's also got an edible part deep in the center of it called a swamp cabbage or heart of palm. That was a basic food diet in the old days. Also right here on your right side there, you will notice that bush there. That's a wild coffee plant. You see the little red berries, coffee berries on there? I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know how it tastes, but I've been told it makes a decent cup of coffee.
I often thought during my stay, walking in the swamps, that must have been at one time what paradise looked like. And that's when I had the idea of looking for the serpent. There was a man called Gator John who knew everything about serpents. And he took me to a place where he was certain we'd find a snake.
We know what we're looking for. We're looking for a good old rattlesnake. Now, usually out here, you'll find them hiding out on the edge of these bushes when the sunlight comes out. Sometimes they might be out in the wide open hunting. And right now, with the type of shoes that you have on, we're gonna use your toes for bait.
Stop.
You don't think that'd be a wise idea? Well, then hopefully we might be able to find one that's just out here sunning himself. You know, put a little bit of suntan oil. You know, what they try to do though when they're sunning themselves, the heat actually helps them bring up their temperature to digest their food. Maybe give them a little bit more active so they can go cruising and hunting for food. But we're going to try to find ourselves an eastern diamondback rattlesnake.
Gator John, would you stop speaking now and look? Because I think we're getting in the weeds are higher. And
you're getting nervous?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
okay.
Now let's go over here. And we've seen a pretty nice one. I think, yeah, that's one right there. Just right beyond that area, see it? Now, he must be a little bit cool right now because there's not that much sunlight. That's how come he's not rattling yet. But when we get a little bit closer, he might strike out at us right off the bat. What are you backing up for? Trust me, we're not close enough yet for him to bite us. He's probably, see how he's starting to move a little bit? He's probably getting ready to rattle. A lot of people feel that a rattlesnake will only bite when he's rattling. But a rattlesnake will bite either rattling or not rattling. Let's go ahead and get this guy up. Now he might, ooh, look at that rattle. He's a little bit agitated at us. Come here, girl. Now, that's it, honey, that's it.
Very dangerous, eh, John?
Oh, this is the most deadliest pit viper you'll find in the United States. 8 to 9 feet long. The venom inside the snake is 2 to 3 times more toxic than most pit vipers combined. This type of snake right here, the eastern diamondback, puts its venom into its victim by injection. They could pick up temperature changes, anywhere between 100th to 200th of a degree in temperature change. You seem a little nervous.
Oh, I am.
What are you so nervous about?
Have you ever been bitten, John?
I've been bitten 3 times by pit vipers. And guess what? I was doing the same thing I'm doing right now, playing with them.
I was coming to the end of my journey. I had met the present-day Indians, and I wanted to say goodbye to the past. Late that afternoon, I went to the cemetery. I just wanted to have a look at the names. There were still the famous families that are associated with the Seminoles. I mean, the Osceolas and the Billies and the Tiger Tails, and they were all there. I knew that Osceola, my hero, wasn't there, but here were his descendants. What I find absolutely astounding is that perhaps a week and a half ago, I never heard the word Seminole. And now I'm not an expert, but I've seen some Seminole. I've seen part of their culture. There was this self-determination, this independence, this sense of freedom. I hope that I will continue to travel. I want to meet the people because by hearing their voices, I feel that I change too. I hope that I become a better person for having met them.